Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. So today we are going to see the nakshatra Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada is the 26th of the 27 nakshatras, and the 27 nakshatras are Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashlesha, Makha, Pubba, Uttara, Hasta, Chitta, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jyeshtha, Mula, Purvashadha, Uttarashadha, Shravana, Dhanishta, Shatabhisha, Purva Bhadra, Uttara Bhadra and Revati. The 27 nakshatras are so important in astrology, especially the stellar part of astrology. There is a special branch called stellar astrology. And in this branch, we detail the nakshatra in a very deep way. In fact, in every jataka, the 27 nakshatras are also considered very important. So today we are going to see the 26th of the 27 nakshatras, that is Uttara Bhadrapada. Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra, let's see a few details about this nakshatra. And starting with this nakshatra's ruler. The ruler of this nakshatra is Shani, and Shani therefore is a planet which gives most of the influence on this nakshatra. Second planet is Jupiter because it resides in Pisces. This nakshatra is entirely in Pisces. And the next thing, it's in Pisces 3 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degrees 40 minutes, exactly 13 degrees 20 minutes. And the next thing about this nakshatra is that this nakshatra has 4 padas ruled by each planet, and these planets also give different effects related to the pada. And now we are going to see the symbols of this nakshatra, and that is a two-headed man, and the deity of this nakshatra is it's called Abhigya. Let's see lots about this deity in some more time. But this Abhigya deity is a serpent, which is a serpent of the deep sea, the real truth, the mystic truth of the Supreme. So that Maya, the end of Maya, Moksha, the transition between Maya and Moksha is shown by this nakshatra. Finally, this is just one nakshatra before the end. And this nakshatra shows the, tearing apart the, the ropes of Maya and coming out. This nakshatra shows that tendency because it's Shani. And now, let us see some more things about this nakshatra. So, this nakshatra, Uttara Bhadrapada, is ruled by Saturn and Jupiter. Its symbol is the two-headed face, which also shows lots. And now let us see about the two-headed face. The two-headed face shows looking at one thing at different perspectives, looking at one thing in two different ways. So it's a special quality that is instilled in these people. They have this quality of looking at one thing in two different ways, and that helps them. This is logical. Some people might not like this quality of looking at one thing in two ways. This two-headed nature also shows that they care for others. And also this two-headed nature, also, it is about the two kinds of life, good and bad. You can only choose what it is. So many things we can actually take from each symbol. And the next thing of this nakshatra is the female cow, the symbol. The female cow is so sacred in Bharat, in India. Cow means the mother actually. It is one of the mothers. According to the Shastras, we have many kinds of mothers. Like for example, Dhatri, that is a nurse, a real mother, and goddesses, etc. And in one of them, Gaumata is also one of our mothers. And Gaumata gives us milk. We only drink from, we actually, babies only drink milk from their mothers when they are very small. But after that, Gaumata gives them milk. Gaumata only gives babies milk. And everybody in the whole world, babies get milk from Gaumata, and when they are very small from their mother. But after that, everybody in this world gets milk from Gaumata. Or any other animal also, but mostly the mother cow. And mother cow's milk is the best according to all Ayurvedic treatises. So that's why we say that Gaumata is our mother, and this nakshatra shows the female cow as its animal symbol. And the next symbol about this nakshatra is that this nakshatra is ruled by Abhigya, the deep serpent snake, the deep sea serpent. So this deity has been referred to in Rigveda, and also this nakshatra is called Uttara Proshtapada or also Uttara Bhadrapada. Some people say Uttara Bhadrapada, etc. But we can say that it's Uttara Bhadrapada exactly because we have a reference of a few texts here. First, I would like to give a reference of the text Muhurta Deepika. Uttara Bhadrakam Chaiva Ahirbudni Nishakaram. Here exactly Uttara Bhadrakam is given. Uttara Bhadra or Uttara Bhadrapada is the correct word. And also we have another part. Ahir Buddha is written by some people. The deity's spelling is misspelled by some people while writing. Ahir Budna or Ahir Buddha is given by them, or sometimes Ahir Bradra is given by them, as I have read in a few books. But the exact pronunciation according to Bharat Samhita of sage Varahamihira is Ajapado Hir Budhya Pusha Chetishwara Bhanam, which means that Ajapada, that is Purva Bhadrapada, and Ahir Budhya, these are the names of Purva Bhadrapada and Uttara Bhadrapada. So it's given properly in this also. And now let's go forward. This particular deity, Ahir Budhya, is the deity of this fearsome quality, and also it lives in the deep sea, and it shows Kundalini nature, it shows Kundalini power, it shows the supreme power to know the spiritual truth. That thirst for knowing who is the supreme, and that can only be achieved with two things. First, knowledge about the Lord, which is called jnana. Second thing, which is the most important, bhakti of the Lord, devotion to the Lord. We should first know who is the Lord. Then we get bhakti. Then we get the real truth about the Lord. We first read about the Lord. We first pray to the Lord. Then we get devotion in the Lord. Through that devotion, we get supreme knowledge, that is called jnana. And through that, again, we get deep devotion in the Lord. This cycle keeps continuing, and bhakti brings us to moksha. And finally, we become liberated. This nakshatra shows breaking of the ties of bandhana, or this material tie. And the next thing is that these people are generally, they want to go away, be away, and just leave, be separate, renunciate, etc. Ashraminaha, the word which is given by the word that is given by Bharat Samhita in the 15th chapter 24th verse is Ashraminah Pakhanda Nareshwara Saradhanyam cha. Ashraminah means here the renunciates. They are renunciates, they go away to the forest, they leave the things that are there, earth, material possessions, etc. But on one side, it also shows this wisdom, knowledge, and worldly things also. And the next thing is that these people sometimes are very success oriented. They want to have success in life. But the only problem is that because of Shani's influence here, delays in success come. And Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, the problem is that they are not able to control their anger. It shows just free anger. But in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, we see that control, that stabilization of anger. We control anger in Uttara Bhadrapada. And this is shown by the word here, Dharmiko Jitashatruhu Prajavang Sukhi Vakta, and also we have a word here, Ashramina. So these people are generally, they are controlled, they do not break open in anger because of Shani's influence, because of Guru's influence. When these two planets come together, then they give lots of good influence on the person. Purva Bhadrapada also has the influence of Guru and Shani. But according to the Bharat Samhita and various other astrological texts, this particular nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada is it is one of the nakshatras which is called which is termed under the group inauspicious, or Tikshna, or it is called a sharp nakshatra, Tikshna nakshatra. So these people are generally little, harsh, little sharp, etc. They have such tendencies. And actually the next thing about this nakshatra is that this nakshatra has a special Shakti according to various authors. The Shakti of this nakshatra is known as Varshodhyamana Shakti. That means spring of, eternal spring of cosmic water. So Varshodhyamana means giving water. So spring of vitality, well springs of vitality is also shown by this nakshatra. And let us see a few things that these people do in this nakshatra. Males in this nakshatra generally are very good people. They have all the qualities that are needed to be in the company of good people. They have very good friends. They are extremely cordial, and They're so helpful to everybody around them. They have so many good qualities which are praiseworthy. This is the quality of a male who has no evil aspect on moon, which is posited in the Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra. And the next thing about this is the females in this nakshatra are known as a gem in any family. So they are very good people, and they are so good that they can do anything. They are very good at managing affairs at home, and they can also they can manage the house accounts and everything very well. So Uttara Bhadrapada females are like this generally. And a common quality of males and females, people who are born in this nakshatra, they generally can sacrifice their life also for people whom they love a lot, or for people who love them, who are very dear to them. So they can go to even that height of showing their love to others. They like everybody around them. Everybody also likes them. So this nakshatra is like that. There are a few shadowy sides also this nakshatra. Sometimes these people are angry. Sometimes they are very depressed, and sometimes they can blast out of anger. But they also have the power to control it. So control your anger sometimes. To a lesser extent than Purva Bhadrapada, this nakshatra has a little anger. And this nakshatra is Manushya, is the out of the three, Daiva, Manusha and Rakshasa, these people are Manushya Guna. So they are middling, but again the Purushartha is Kama. So these people should control their, out of the 6 things, one of them is lust, and they should control this dangerous enemy of life. So for this, one must not be having any Kama. They must control it. And the next thing is that because of Saturn's influence, delays in success might be seen. Delays in success, that means that they might aspire for something, they want something, but finally the delays in success bring them down. They are not able to achieve what they really want to do. So that's why we must always believe in the Lord. Success is an effect. Normally in this nakshatra people do not get success, but they get success later on, and they have to wait for it, be patient. And this nakshatra also has the patient power. So this nakshatra shows breaking out of worldly desires and entering into the Supreme. And now we are going to see a few verses from the Brihad Jataka about this nakshatra. The 101st chapter of Brihad Samhita also has this. The 16th chapter of Brihad Jataka has this. Vakta, and is a 4th shloka. Vakta Sukhi Prajavan. No, this is not the 4th shloka, this is the 24th shloka, I think so. Vakta Sukhi Prajavan Jita Shatru Dharmiko Dvitiyasu. This means that this person will be Vakta. He will be a speaker in many different kinds of things. He can speak very well on any topic. Sukhi, he is very happy always, mostly happy. Prajavan, he will have many children. Jita Shatru means one who is victorious over his enemies. This star is also called the warrior star. Dharmikaha, one who is very righteous. Dvitiyasu means, because in this Brihad Jataka, the previous verse was Purva Bhadra was mentioned. So the second verse is called Dvitiya because it's already known that Purva Bhadra, so the next one will be Uttara Bhadra. So it's called Dvitiya. Ajapado, now we are seeing another verse about this. Ajapado hirbudnyah pusha cheti shvara bharam means of the nakshatras. So this is a long verse present in the 98th chapter, the constellations of Brihad Samhita, and you can see this text, and this text is a long verse telling you the lords of each one of the nakshatras. The lord of this nakshatra is called Ahirbudnya, and the exact spelling it's called Ahirbudnya, and that's the correct spelling. Please do not mistake Ahirbudha or Ahirbradra, etc. Some authors are writing like that, but we have to correctly see Ahirbudnya. Now we're going to see the next thing. Now there's one more thing in this one more verse. Trin Yuttarani Dhruvani Taih Kuriyat. This is also there in the 98th chapter. Trin Yuttarani means the 3 Uttaras. Trin Yuttarani Tebhyashta Rohini. There's a verse like that. Dhruvani Taih Kuriyat is the end of the verse. So Trin Yuttarani means Uttara Falguni and Uttarashada, Uttara Bhadrapada and Rohini. These 4 are known as the Sthira Nakshatras. So these Sthira Nakshatras, you can do all the Sthira or Dhruva fixed activities in this Nakshatra. And Now we are going to see the next verse. It's a very long verse and it's a verse which will tell us lots about this nakshatra, deep into it. So let us focus the video on top of this nakshatra, this shloka now. This shloka is from the 24th verse of the 15th chapter of Brihad Samhita. Ahirbudhne viprah kratudana tapoyuktah mahavibhavah ashraminah pakhandah nareshwarah saradhanyam cha. So, ahirbudhne vipraha, they can be Brahmins, so they are generally Brahmins. And the word here comes from, you know why they are Brahmins? Because Jupiter is the lord, Jupiter owns the Rashi in which Uttara Bhadra is there. So, Kratu dana tapo yuktaha, Kratu means yajnas, dana means charity and penance. They do yajnas, they do sacrifices, charity and penance is very common in these people. So, they get lots of punya. Mahavibhavaha means people who have lots of wealth. Vibhava means opulence. Wealth means extravagance. So these people are full of all of this. Ashraminaha. Here now we're going to the second part of this nakshatra. There are two words which give you a detail of the second part of the nakshatra. One is renunciates. They can become renunciates. They go to an ashrama, they study there, they study in gurukuls. Otherwise, one bad version of this nakshatra, one thing that you must not become when somebody is born in this nakshatra is pakhandaha. So these people are low caste people. Low caste in the sense because of their work, they do very, very horrible works, horrible tasks. They are called pakhandas. And nareshwaraha. Nareshwara means king of many people. He is the king of the masses. So they can be also warriors, kings and emperors. Not that everybody can become, but generally when a prince is born in this nakshatra, he has chances of becoming an emperor or a warrior, great parakrama. But here again aspects have to be seen. Conjunctions, aspects, positions, and all of these things together have to be seen to see whether it's a prince. There should be a Raja Yogas, there should be Mars aspect for the warrior, the courage, and it should be in a good nakshatra, it should be having strength. Moon should be having strength. Mars if aspecting also should have strength. Like this you have to consider various factors if somebody has to become an emperor. And saradhanyam, people who train in grains. So these people also train in grains is what we have known out of this nakshatra. And let us see one more thing about this. Females are charming, caring, and they do everything good for the family. They manage accounts of the family. And also the next thing is that equality is shown by this nakshatra. Males in this nakshatra are equal with everybody around. And now let's see another nakshatra which is mentioned. Another vakya which is mentioned in it's called a text called Muhurta Darpana, and it says Purva Bhadra Uttara Bhadra Dve Dve Khattam is a vakya Vararuchi which is being mentioned in Muhurta Darpana. So it says that the symbol of this is a backside cot of a bed. Some people regard it as a deathbed because it's the end of this nakshatra and the whole zodiac, almost the end. So people consider it the deathbed kind of thing. That's why you get moksha. If you are very great and a person dies, then they get moksha. So that's why this place is given Dve Khattam, and this is from Vararuchi Vakya. And they are mostly loving and merciful because of Meena Rashi. Meena Rashi is owned by Jupiter. This nakshatra is a Sthira nakshatra. It is grouped under the three Uttaras and also Rohini. So it's a very calm, peaceful and Sthira nakshatra. Generally little angry, but there is power to control the anger. So they are loving, merciful people, and their marital life is also satisfactory because of the association of Jupiter in this nakshatra. And also Meena Rashi people generally have very good marriages. And next thing is joy and happiness, because if Saturn is good, Saturn is generally called he's called Mudika. So generally he gives happiness in these kinds of good nakshatras. And then wisdom, knowledge is also shown by Saturn and Jupiter. Wisdom and knowledge both are shown by Saturn and Jupiter. Wisdom generally by Saturn, knowledge by Jupiter. Wise people and old people who have got jnana out of anubhava. According to Tarka or Hindu logic, there are two kinds of jnana, smriti and anubhava. Anubhava is shown by Saturn mostly. Smriti Vritti is shown by Jupiter, most probably, because Vritti can also be shown by, actually Anubhava can also be shown by Jupiter. Next, experience, knowledge of experience and knowledge of later samskarana or later studies, etc. The two kinds of knowledge. And now, endurance and control is a property of these people. So that is also from Shani. And now let's see that this nakshatra is a Sthira and Shubha nakshatra. It has Kundalini. Let us make a synopsis of this nakshatra. This nakshatra is ruled by Saturn and Jupiter. It has a symbol of two-faced person, and also has a symbol of Ahirbudnya, the deep sea serpent. And also this nakshatra is a little secret, concealing, secretive nature is present in these people. And also they are sometimes they want to become little aggressive, and sometimes they can do little bad things also. And they have a primary motivation of karma, and they should control this property. And Manushya is their is their main of the three qualities, of the three temperaments. So they are called Manushyas. And the next thing is that mostly sattva. This nakshatra is mostly full of sattva. Just because of Saturn's quality, it becomes a little tamasic nature. And the next thing about this nakshatra is the symbol of this nakshatra, the two-headed person, shows the view of one object in two different ways, two different perspectives. And also the career interest of these people that we have forgotten to show. The career interest is generally counseling, astrology, because of Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn also shows astrology, wisdom. Jupiter also shows astrology. Saturn shows karma, which is the main part of astrology, and Jupiter shows knowledge and studies in astrology. So they can generally become astrologers. Jupiter shows Brahmanism, so they can become priests in temples, and they can also be spiritual counselors because of Saturn and Jupiter. And this quality makes them teachers also. Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn gives that experience and knowledge of age. As age increases and as experience increases, you have knowledge. And Jupiter shows the studies and the mastery in each one of the studies. So these people can also become teachers. They can be spiritual masters for people. They can do all of these things. But in Kali Yuga, generally becoming a spiritual master is very difficult. You have to be trained in many different kinds of shastras and knowledge, and you have to do lots of studies. In Kali Yuga, we can't be spiritual masters. We can only study the shastras and understand from it. We can't become spiritual masters. We can't teach anybody else. We have to learn ourselves. That's the predicament in Kali Yuga. And also this nakshatra is a Sthira Shubha nakshatra. All nakshatras are Shubha nakshatras. But depending on their qualities and depending on the planets posited in them, and depending on the Rashi in which they are, and depending on the sage statements on them, we have to say the real qualities, the truth about each one of the nakshatras. And the deities are even goddess Lakshmi is also one of the deities. So this shows prosperity also. So because of goddess Lakshmi, most of the good qualities have also come inside this nakshatra. And next about this nakshatra, the career, we have already seen many things. Writers also, because of the influence of Jupiter. And charitable workers, so because of the influence of Saturn and because of their special nature of helping people. And they also work in non-profit organizations. But nowadays the word non-profit organization has become a big problem, a scam. So please work for the good, not exactly getting into a non-profit organization. Go and feed the people who are in need of things with your own hands and give them whatever you feel to give. Do not get into non-profit organizations which will lead you to places. Do it yourself. Do such things yourself, because nowadays scams are coming up. They are saying organization, etc. The people who are coming and taking funds and just running away. So that's not actually a quality of Uttara Bhadra nakshatra. That's a quality of sheer cunning nature. And we have seen a lot about this nakshatra. We have brought together many shastras like Muhurta Deepika and Muhurta Darpana. We have brought in many great treatises, like for example Vararuchi Vakyas. And also we have brought in Brhat Jataka and Brhat Samhita in this video, and I've tried my best to provide you all the information about it. So thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.